It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Yeah. Had to break away, I'm back home. I know the people miss a nigga, feel that shit in my bones, but fuck it. Life is a finite experience. Fine dining, refusing to take this time too serious. I was hustling delirious, niggas acting nefarious. Sweet them out, clean them out the inner circle. My journals is leaking out. I tell my truth on records, do it myself. It ain't no co-defendants. Killing all these niggas, no mask, cause bitch, I'm photogenic. These my Chaucerisms, sharp as a prism. My bars like a prison, honor and wisdom, all that I'm drenched in. Phone calls talking about business, I'm optimistic, even though I gave my ass to kiss. I don't fuck with the system, I'm my own man. Run a program without the clock, confident. Anything your faves dropping, I could top. Now they label me a hater like I'm supposed to be heard. I wear my heart up on my sleeve like it's sewn in my shirt. You swear you're hot, but your flow is just burnt. They say my head getting big, I just told her it's girth, focused on work. If I thought about that criticism, I'd be on a different mission. I'm trying to find a definition of my premonitions. A crash course like collision, dog, I went the distance. My hood full of chicken spots, niggas keep the biscuits. They spilling tea up on a nigga, let it be hibiscus. That bullshit, I stay above it like a flying nimbus. Orion's image, I'm shining with higher limits. Competition coming my way, you know I am winning like the slang in London. I am in it, wrist cryogenic, that's frozen. Chosen by hoes that want my chiro in them. Role model, I'm rolling with models, y'all was printing. Load hollows for these fuck niggas y'all been sending. I pray to God I never had to hit that throttle with them. I want my cash multiplying, this is not addition. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Thursday evening. In this video, we're going to be getting into Meek Mill and Charlamagne the God, who are now at odds, okay? And all of this is centering around a video that's been circulating from the Brilliant Idiots podcast, which I hate to even talk about because of Charlamagne's co-host, the one that shall remain unnamed at this current time. But nonetheless, there is a video that's been circulating speaking about Meek Mill, in which Charlamagne basically said that Meek never actually recovered after the Drake beef. Okay? Now, personally, I disagree with this. I feel like the whole Free Meek Mill movement, Drake coming out literally and supporting Meek Mill in his quest to get out of jail because he was being railroaded by the system. He put the Championships album out. I believe Championships was actually one of Meek Mill, if not the biggest Meek Mill album to date, solo album. Now, what happened to Meek Mill after that time period, I personally don't exactly know. I know there's been some transitions in his whole situation. We'll get into that stuff. But I do just feel like Meek is just overly exposed more than anything. It's not about the music. It's not about Drake. It's not about none of that shit. Like, yeah, we do remember the Drake beef. We remember back to back. But honestly, the last few years, nobody's been thinking about none of that type of shit, to be honest. Meek Mill's name only really has come up in reference to Drake beef because people are drawing parallels to the way that folks try to victimize Drake, but nobody ever gave that sort of empathy to Meek Mill during his moment. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and run this shit. Meek Mill has responded to Charlamagne. Charlamagne responded on the Breakfast Club this morning. So this is an ongoing thing. I believe Meek Mill is still online talking as of right now because y'all know Twitter Fingers is his nickname, unfortunately. And I think that has a lot to do with his fall from grace also. So I'm on Meek's Instagram right now where he posted this video. I'm going to move myself in just a moment to actually read his response. But as we watch this, I'm just going to cover it. All right.
Meek never. I don't know.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying. Like, Meek could have just kept doing music, but for some reason he didn't. Like, something was just off after the battle. You know what I mean? And he really, I mean, honestly, he didn't really
never recovered.
Yeah, it's strange. You know what it was with Meek, man? Meek's Achilles heel to me was actually Twitter.
Yeah, for sure.
And when Drake called him Twitter fingers, no, what did he say? What was it? It was Twitter fingers,
yeah,
right?
Twitter fingers.
That's it.
When he called them Twitter fingers.
Trigger finger turn to Twitter fingers.
Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. And it's just like every time Meek tweets, even
it's
now,
crazy,
to
bro.
this day.
It's crazy. It's pure entertainment.
And I fuck with Meek. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I think Meek does a lot for his community. You know, he's been a great, symbol for the city of Philly. I love what he does with reform. But I probably would have deleted my Twitter after Twitter fingers. And just flooded the streets with nothing but music.
You're forgetting.
All right. So that's the piece that got Meek in his feelings. So now I'm going to remove myself from covering this caption. Meek says, so I want to make this a main post to highlight the real propaganda that's taking place in the hip hop community. Okay. So him and J. Cole seem to be locked in on this thought of propaganda. And there is absolutely propaganda going on in the hip hop community. I'm not going to lie. If you tune in to anything related to the DJ that don't spin, the Aiden Rosses of the world, or anybody that's in that type of circle, there's definitely propaganda coming from those sides. A lot of these hip hop pages, everybody's got their own slant, their own bias, their own champion that they're upholding. And when they speak on other artists, it's never to the same magnitude. That is a form of propaganda as well. So I'm not going to discredit the idea of propaganda being prevalent in the community. But I think these artists need to also understand that they have the ability to reach the actual community rather than just the online communities. Yes, online is where a lot of the conversations are happening, where you can reach a lot of people, but that is not the only route, especially as artists that have actually had real life success when the music industry was outside. Y'all should definitely focus on that. J. Cole did that with The Fall Off, even though I didn't care so much for the album as I wanted to. The rollout and the way that he went to the people is a prime example. All right? And I don't agree with everything that nigga done said either. So we'll keep going. He says, I need everyone to leave a comment if you see what's happening and how they are trying to downgrade artists' brands from feeding their family. Let's go through it. The white comedian also boosted, didn't rumor on his major platform. You got to get your grammar together, dog. The fuck are you even conveying in this sentence? The white comedian also boosted, didn't rumor on his platform with no evidence, then asked me to go on his show. So I'm guessing he's talking about Charlamagne's co-host who spread some type of rumors, probably that Diddy shit, and then later asked him to go on his show. I'm just putting this together with deductive reasoning because his sentence didn't look all that convincing. Anyway, we'll continue. He says, can y'all see my brand back heating up now? Please leave an honest comment. I would love to see your brand heat back up, but I don't even know what niggas is trying to answer in the comments. He says, since Drake beef, I dropped Tap 3 times platinum. Okay, so now he's getting into some of his accomplishments that people don't seem to be holding up. Petta, double platinum. Blue Notes 1 and 2, platinum. Uptown Vibes with legend from Brooklyn, Fab, platinum. What's Free? What's Free was definitely a big moment. Featuring Jay-Z, Meek Mill, I think it's platinum. Fuck On Me featuring Cardi B, platinum. Yep. Scarface with Rick Ross, gold. Independent Money, Respect the Game, platinum. I think that's that project that they put out together. 24/7, double platinum. Dangerous platinum or double. I don't collect plaques, LOL. Championships album like double plat. I think that was the biggest moment Meek Mill has had post-prison. Expensive Pain, gold. That was a terrible album, though. He was doing his best Lil Durk impression the whole thing. And it wasn't marketed correctly, leaving labels. And there was like that controversy about the rapping on those buses. Y'all remember that shit? I remember covering it, but people definitely was up in arms about that too. Because they had like naked ass and bikinis and shit wrapped around city buses with, people of all ages getting onto the bus. Cybertruck, 5 a.m. in Philly. How far we came. He actually switched up on Drake because he helped power the Meek was done narrative. Okay, so now he's claiming that Charlamagne was actually lockstep with Drake in denigrating his name in the public, but then switched up on Drake. Now he's using the same against Drake. So now he says Charlamagne is trying to use the same narrative against Drake and the same antics that he used against himself against Drake. Okay, Meek Mill says, I'm good with Drake and Jay-Z as far as I know, which clearly shows that he's not having like constant conversations with Drake. I think he's more in communication with Jay-Z. We see them out every now and then. Keep me out this weak ass shit. I had a meeting with a 16Z. I don't know what the fuck that is. Found a lot of new tech deals and activations just from playing around tweeting. I forgot Proud of Me featuring Almost Platinum. Okay, so he says he's finding new tech deals and activations. And I noticed he has been looking for people to partner with in the technology sector, in this startup tech sector over the last couple years, and it has led to him doing some relationships with people. It has led to him trying to get into the NFT market, which I don't think was all that successful, etc. We'll keep going. 1942 Flows Platinum. Whatever You Need Platinum featuring Chris Brown. Check Platinum Championships intro Platinum. We Ball, etc. What the fuck is he talking about? We got to keep a close eye on this cat. I feel like he in the closet gay man. We were doing so good, Meek. We were doing so good, Meek. Yes, come tell niggas how successful your singles and albums and projects have been post Drake beef. Tell us all your platinums, double platinums, and golds. But when you get into this whole closet gay man thing, that only harkens back to what the people have been trying to say about you for the last few years. The allegations people put out on you. People put out fake ass audio claiming that it was him and Diddy, and a lot of people jumped on board and spread that shit around and made it seem like it was real. But if you don't like people out here alleging that you could possibly be that, you should not sling that on nobody else. Pause. Anyway, he says, I feel like he in the closet gay man that hates successful black men unless he doing business with them. But they promoted I'm gay and I'm powering, helping pop like 10 artists off on the East. No cash gain for charity. I don't know anything about these 10 artists that he's working with. Someone please enlighten me. He says, I'm really the one, but it's some real propaganda on my brand and I want to investigate it. That Diddy shit wasn't normal. I'm a real trench baby, earned plate in the front of the world. I'd rather die than disrespect what my put blood, sweat, and tears I put in my concerts jumping. I felt blackballed for a minute. I believe in God for real. I get what I want. Okay, long ass Twitter finger response from Meek Mill. I identified with some of it, but then you went off the rails, brother. Okay, now Meek Mill is still a very good rapper today. One of the few rappers in the industry that still rap, if not as good, very close to it as the very first time you heard him. A lot of niggas have fallen off. A lot of niggas have taken a backseat lyrically. A lot of niggas don't know how to make the same brand of music that they came in with, and they fans are still yearning for that. Meek Mill is not that. Some people may have outgrown Meek Mill's style. Some people may have outgrown Meek Mill's pain content. Some people may not be crazy about Meek Mill's, overly climactic beats. But one thing you can't take from him is that he can still rap with the best of them today. It's just a branding issue with him. And Meek Mill wants to prove just that, so he uploaded this freestyle over the Victory beat today just to remind people that he can still go. Now, this is actual live in studio, so he's going to flub a couple bars here and there, but he wanted to just remind niggas he still can get with the bars. I'm getting niggas lit from hanging out. I'm charging a fee just for hanging out with a nigga. They getting lit off me, nigga.
You gotta pay to hang out with me, nigga. I'm Jay-Z, nigga. You gonna take the dinner or the money? He rapping though. He rapping. Niggas can't say Meek Mill can't fucking rap. That I gave it. How did they start this? This nigga can still go. If there was some way to make us like forget the French fries in the pool, if there was a way to make us forget the French fries on the leg in the pool, and the Diddy fucking walking up on him in the party, if there was a way that we could forget the bunny hopping with Mike Rubin, if there was a way that all of these things could no longer exist, Meek Mill dropping, if he recorded this track and put it out, had a good video and everything, he could still be in the conversation as like one of the top niggas, you know? But Meek Mill is going to have to also take accountability for the choices that he's made, the things that he's put out, the things he's allowed to come out on himself, because there's just too many moments of memes. Didn't that nigga bust his ass on a goddamn plate of ice coming out the crib? Like it was, it was just so many different things back to back to back to back, non-rap. That's just like, fuck, ain't no way Meek Mill could be everything he say he is when we see this. And I'll take it a step further. I think Meek Mill is also suffering from having a lack of a plan. He is the definition of winging it. Like Meek Mill today in 2026, he's basically relegated himself back to the position of an up-and-coming artist. He has a jump start because he's got 20 million followers on Instagram. He's got success. He's got multiple platinum records. But when you think of Meek Mill and you look at the way he presents himself and the way that he puts music out, there's no rhyme, no reason, no plan, no follow-up. I think for the last 3-4 years, damn near, he's only been releasing music on YouTube. He'll put up a music video on YouTube, a freestyle, a new joint here and there, and then it's just like over with. You know what I mean? Of course, last year there was the Friday record, which definitely put a spotlight back on him. But what did he do to follow that up? He had a crazy moment on a notable song, nominated for a Grammy, wasn't it? But he didn't do anything else to follow up that moment, which solidifies my point that he's moving like an unknown artist, not just an independent artist, but he moves like an unknown artist. You know, he left Atlantic. He wanted his walking papers. He wanted to audit the situation. Got off the deal. I don't think he's with MMG no more. Got off the deal. Left Rock Nation Management. Got off the deal. But what has he done to actually add to his situation since deducing and taking these people out of his team? So he's just been floating. And then the Diddy shit happened. He had no reinforcements. He had no help. He had nobody to help redirect the conversation. So it just stayed on him. And that's exactly what moving without a plan does for you. You know what I mean? Like he got all the people out of his pocket, all the people out of his team. But who has he added that can actually help him rebuild? He has the talent. He has the relationships. He can probably do a song with any notable artist in the music industry tomorrow. He could go do a song with Wale again. He could do songs with Ross. You can name the fucking artist. He's Meek Mill still. You know what I mean? He's got the money. He's got the resources, but he's not putting those things together to actually execute anything. And I think that's his biggest error since Expensive Pain. You know what I mean? Just making wrong moves. But, you know, again, if there was a way for him to get that Men in Black motherfucker and make us forget some shit, I think he'd have a chance. As stated before, Meek had more to say on Twitter. He says, fell off. I built a family office, built up cultural currency, went independent, built a new crib, put a studio in the jail I was at last. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying? That's fire to put a studio in the jail. Hired new agents, new team. I been that nigga. Your favorite rapper will get crushed in a room with Philly rappers. I agree with him. Some Philly rappers are some of the best in the world. It's a rite of passage in Philly. Motherfuckers who ain't even serious about rapping will bite your fucking neck off. You know what I mean? But it's got to be more than that. He says, and I'm one of them. He continues. Oh shit. Somebody says Charlamagne admitted to watching Child Blank and called the sexual acts of R. Kelly performed on a 14-year-old girl incredible. Just despicable. You know? Play stupid games. Niggas is gonna resurface the nasty shit you been saying. Meek Mill says, these the media personalities y'all put in front of us to listen to. In jail, we really used to torture perverts like this. I seen the R. Kelly tapes. I thought it was trifling. A grown man was peeing on a little girl and could register that at the age of 12. He's sick. So he said he saw it at 12 years old and understood that the shit was wrong and despicable. However, an adult Charlamagne called it incredible, which is absolutely sick. Meek Mill says, can the Philadelphia police help me do dreams and nightmares at the Rocky Steps one of these late nights, like pop-up type shit? Bring the Eagle trophy when we figure it out. I want to show something. He wants to show how he could bring the city out. For everybody who think he fell off. He says, the last part of that girl in the video, exclude that. It looked like propaganda on him. I was speaking of what he was saying in that interview. I'm not going to help power that. He blanked me campaign with no evidence shown against blacks that come from slavery days, never that. So he even says, I'm not, as much as I'm against this nigga, I'm not going to slander his name. Think there's more. I don't care about the repost. He then says, stop saying I only got bars. That's algorithm talk. I got hits, a whole lot too. I just love showcasing I can really rap because that's what music is about, making people feel, not manipulation, the system with tech. Everything I touch is shocking me. What is that? Okay, okay. we gonna stop, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, Meek. I don't know what made you leave Rock Nation Management. But had that conversation with your big homie, man. You was shining before you left. Clearly you weren't signed to them label-wise, so they couldn't have been taking your money. But he said he wanted to go out and manage himself and learn the business for himself. I don't know what he's learned in this time. But get back with the big homie. Let them niggas figure some shit out for you. It worked out too smooth for the Clips. If they could, you know what I mean? Now, the Clips don't got a lot of stains like that on their name. But for the brand of music, if they can make that work, I think you should give it another shot. Honestly. But y'all let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be good out there. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to